Interior. We all love it, but for my part I hate building it. I often find it quite hard to give rooms enough detail and to find ideas for what rooms I should build. To get ideas for the interior in this episode, I used a technique that is story driven. More on that after the intro. Hi, I'm Architect and welcome back to Neo Arquito, the cyberpunk city I am building. When I built the skyscraper from the last episode, I came up with a little bit of background lore that helped me find a theme and therefore helped me build it. In short, the skyscraper is a regional headquarters from a company that has originated from Mars. For the people on Earth, the company is quite evil. Therefore, a red and grey theme perfectly represents this evil of the company and also the origin that the company is from Mars. Most of the time while I build, I have the basic lore of the city in mind. I have created a whole story around the city and it often helps me building it. If you're interested, maybe I will do a video around the whole story, but in this video it would now go beyond the scope. Back to the building. To get inspiration for other rooms than the lobby, I thought about how a day of the regional manager could look like, basically creating a mini story or mini stories. How he would travel to work, what would his office would be, how he would interact with other people in the building, and so on. This story-driven build technique is actually nothing new and I didn't invent it or something. You find it often in design and also in architecture, and you can use it too. So if you're stuck building, try to create a story about persons using the building and interacting with the building and person in that building. But now enough from all that theory, let's go look at the interior. You obviously enter the building through the lobby. It's intentional that there's no natural light, making the light installation look a little bit better. And it also helps with this evil feel I wanted. If you were closer to the edge, you can look inside the atrium. On both sides of the lobby, I've placed some green to break up the dark color scheme a little bit. To break up the back wall, I've used 4 logos of the company, all turned in a different direction. And also the front wall, the wall where you're coming from if you enter the building, has a big logo on it, so it's not just a gray wall, basically. You may ask yourself now, how do you get to another floor? There is no staircase and while the elevators don't look like they would work. While flying would be an option, I wanted actually to be able to get to another floor without flying. Luckily there are command blocks. They give you nice alternatives to stairs or redstone elevators or water elevators. They are super easy to set up. You just give yourself a command block and use this command with the coordinates you want to teleport to. And add some redstone to activate. A button is basically enough. And voila, you have a working elevator. Now do this several times and indicate with some form of arrows in which direction the button of the elevator will transport you, and always set the teleport coordinates in front of another elevator to make the illusion even better. Since we are already on the top floor here, I did build a garden, and in the middle of that garden is the regional manager's office. If you live in a dystopian city with almost no green, a calming garden is literally one of the biggest ways to show off. I'm actually proud of this little statue I built here because I always find it hard to build nice looking statues in small scale. Also from this top floor you have a great view over the city and over all the districts that will be built. In the office I tried to make some old office style with more newer elements, and I think it worked quite well, I would say. Here and there more detail would be fine, but you have also a beautiful view out of the windows, and actually the regional manager can look onto the headquarters of the competing company. If that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know, but I think that's quite funny because I didn't plan it, but you have a really good view actually. Yeah, it surprised me. For the last room we have to go deep down. While a power-hungry multi-planet corporation needs to present power, I also wanted to have something contrasting that. A room that would more present humility, maybe grief. It's hard to describe. To present that if this monstrosity of a corporation is still made up of humans and in the end is also made up of their emotions. In this room I really use the full height of the atrium and the red line almost looking like a way into infinity. The room has a kind of legit touch, I would say, and I really like it. Because, yeah, it has this cool atmosphere, basically. You may now think, what about other floors? Well, I could have placed 20 floors of offices, but do I need to? I would say most people can imagine that there are 20 floors of offices in that building. Do I need to build them? No, because you can let imagination work for you. Thanks for watching till the end. If you want me to make a video about the story and lore behind the city, write a comment about it. If you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing. See you next time in Neo Akito.